Good day, YouTube. How are y'all doing today? This is Blood Crow. Today we're going to go over a few basic things of Albion Online. This is a beginner's guide. I will be making more guides later down the road. Things that will be more pertaining to specific things later. This is just to kind of get you started, give you a quick overview of the game. So, what's going to happen is that when you first spawn in, you're going to spawn into a city much like this. It's not an actual main city, it's just going to be a beginner city. As you can tell, I spawned over here in Middle Cross. So, not a bad little spot. Of course, what beginner city is supposed to be a good spot. Now, of course, I've been progressing. I've been playing for quite a while now in this alpha. So what you're going to end up doing is, the first thing you'll have to do is, there's going to be some quests down here at the bottom where you see this plate helmet and plate boots and shield fighter at the bottom middle of my screen. You will need to do these quests first to progress any further in the game. So what I would suggest is to do what it says. Simply enough. It's going to say down there to probably kill some bunnies, make a skinning knife, make a pickaxe, things like that, make some armor, etc. You will have to do these first because what you're going to do is you're going to be starting down here. This will be your beginning. So as you can see, you're going to have to gather 3 rough logs. Your second part will be gathering 3 stone. Then you'll have to make a skinning knife. After you make the skinning knife, you have to kill the first rabbit. After the rabbit, you have to gather 8 hide, leather armor, broadsword, and should be a shield, if I'm correct here. Okay, no, sorry, a pickaxe. Now, once you get to that, it's going to open up the rest of these right here. This is a quick overview of the Destiny board, okay? So you're going to have to pick a side. This is your crafting side. This is for farming. This one right here. This one is for gathering. This is for your fighting skill tree. What I would suggest doing, just starting off here, is you are going to pick a side. Do you want to be a mage, an archer, or a melee fighter? Pick a side. This is refining right here for what you actually gather, and this is your gathering. Now, once you get everything put together, if you're going to decide to do a mage, well, guess what? You're going to be over here fighting down the mage tree. So you'll be leveling these up. Now, something new in this alpha that was not in the previous alpha is now you got learning points. Now, these do regenerate over time. So you're not going to have like 1,000 starting off. They're going to slowly unlock the more you're playing, and even while you're offline, they do regenerate. So guess what, guys? If you do have the Legendary Founders Pack, this is going to benefit you because you're going to have like an extra 24 hours worth of learning points available. Not a huge head start, but it is still going to be enough to make a difference. Now, once you're getting higher into the tiers, I will make a video for that later. But there is a few things that you will need to know. However, for now, what you're going to do, find something on the skill tree, something for a crafts trade. Find the tree you want to go down. If you want to use a bow or a dagger, if you want to use fire staff, an arcane staff, if you want to wear cloth, plate, or leather, figure out what you want to do. You can craft everything if you want. Okay, your learning points are not going to go that far if you do. Like I said, the learning points are here for a purpose because if you really did have an organized guild, what would happen is you would end up having pretty much everything unlocked. Because that's what happened to previous alpha. People would, in a guild, would feed you every bit of resources, and all you'd have to do is go to every station and just craft all day long. So this is more of a way to actually be a specialized crafter. Alright, now, as you can tell, one of the other basic things about the game, that's a little bit over the crafting and fighting. You also have this big map that I just previously showed you. There is a lot of areas in this region. Now, as far as I know right now, this is the main island. I don't know if they're going to be expanding this or not for later down the road. As you can tell, it's quite huge. And we're this little dot right here on the map. See it? Look, we're that little dot. That little, army men symbol thing. Alright, now, here's some things you'll need to know about the map while you're looking at it. Alright, since this has been progressing a little bit, you're going to see that, like over here, for instance, there's, who is this? You got Finstack, and they are attacking DVS. So this is what's called a essence territory, something new in the game. They are attacking a farming territory over in the other region. Now from this region right here, Finstack could attack the city. These guys could attack, over here to these guys. It's all lateral, okay? You can only attack sideways to the closest area next to you. There are multiple different territories. You got a standard territory, which are like this right here. This is Vendettas right here. I'm sorry, the Crusaders, I mean. Now, you got a forest territory. There is another normal territory, This is another farm plot. This is a mining territory. This is going to have like stone and wood in it. I'm sorry, not stone and wood. Stone and ore. There we go. Stone and ore. The forest territories is going to have wood and cotton in it. Now, one of the great things about the forest territory, just like with the mining, is that they both have caves. So I will leave that for y'all to be a mystery. I know it's in both of them. So yeah, that is awesome. You're going to love that. Now, you also have dungeons. So I know a lot of y'all are going to either want to play solo, small group, medium, large group. Small group is usually going to be green zone unless you're very brave and you decide to go out into the red zone. But here's the basics of it. Green zones, no PvP, safe zone, just like you're seeing here. Yellow zones. What this means is it's limited PvP, which means you can be a criminal for attacking another player. You do get a debuff. It does last for approximately a minute. Good thing about this is that whenever you get knocked out, you're pretty much like a... What's the best word? You're like another NPC. You're going to drop some silver based on what you're wearing, okay? Now, your gear will lose damage. Everything has durability in this game, guys. You will lose damage, okay? So you don't want to get knocked down repeatedly because you can break everything you got on you. Now, in the red zones here, which is the one with the 3 skulls, that's a full PvP zone. If you're in a full PvP zone, guess what? You get knocked out, you lose everything. Old school Ultima Online, whatever you want to refer it to as. I like to think of this as, Ultima Online. So, now, in the area here, that's going to pretty much cover this for the most part. However, there's a couple more features of one thing that I think y'all will like. Now, you can actually do what's called buying an island. And this is one of the islands right here. This right here is considered a personal island. Of course, you can see I already own them, right? So, personal islands are about 5,000 silver. And the guild islands here are 25,000 when it'll pop it up. There we go. Now, you can actually build on these. There are some plots and everything. We'll do that in another video. But that's just a quick overview of the islands. Okay, now, you also have dungeons. If you notice, that's called a gibbering crypt, stinking, muddy, creaking. These are all different types of difficulty levels, alright? That means there's going to be different level mobs, level 2, level 3, level 4, etc. You get the point, right? Now, those are the usually single explored caves, okay? Now, then you got the ones that's got these door frames on here. See these door frames? Now, same thing. Foreshadowing. That's a foreshadowing. That's a chili cave. See what I'm getting to here? So you can tell by the difficulty by clicking on it and then looking what it's called right here in the parentheses. You'll be able to know exactly what kind of cave, what kind of difficulty. Now, there is one cave on this map I have not been to yet, which is this sucker, Wing of the Earth. This is pretty much like the ultimate. This is more of like a raid right here because I haven't been to this yet. Me and my group haven't really gathered up enough materials to go into it, but it looks like it's going to be pretty hard, pretty hardcore. I can't wait to give that a try, hopefully later down the road. Now, the only other thing left on the map that you need to know about is, well, I guess for one, this territory right here, because I didn't go over it. This is called the Treasure Cove. Now, treasure coves are amazing. If you're ever broke and one of these territories are not claimed, you can go into the territory. There is silver laying everywhere, okay? You can get up to like 1,000, I think 72 silver out of one pile. You have to pick it up like 4 or 5 times, but who cares? You know, it's free silver on the ground. Now, the other thing is this right here. This is what's called a keep. You control the keep, you're supposed to be able to regenerate resources. Now, I don't know if that's been fixed in this alpha yet. However, these things are very hard to conquer. There are a lot of veteran mobs in here. You have to defeat them. And then there's actually a second wave of mobs that you have to defeat as well. Unless that's been changed. I have yet to conquer one in this alpha yet. Other than that, guys, these X's right here are meaning that these are territories that are planned to be added. I'm hoping this alpha so we can see what they are. What their benefits are going to be and everything. But, yeah, guys, other than that, this is the quick basic overview. So, quick recap. Looking at the Destiny board, you're going to start off at the bottom. You're going to want to do every single one of these. These right here are your beginner missions. Once you do that, pick a skill trade. If you want to use mages, archery, or melee, you know, and look at the trees also to determine this, okay? Throwing knives. This is like a buff tree, you know, daggers, you know, dual daggers, you know, that kind of stuff. You got plate mail, crossbows, hammers. If you want to be a mage, different types of, you know, stabs. Pick one, craft them, go over here, adjacent, and you can learn them. Now, one thing I will go just a tad bit in depth here, just for a moment, is you will have to level up using the learning points here. But that's about it. I'll go over that in more detail soon. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Get this next one up. I want to try to keep these as short as possible so that they're as informative as possible and less talking. This is Blood Crow. You have a good rest of your day. I can't wait to do a few more videos for y'all. Show y'all what else is going on. Have a good one.